Next, petrol prices. The average litre has hit $1.21, making the cost of a gallon a staggering $5.50. Martin Lewis, High Priest of Money Saving, is here. OK, Martin, neither the oil companies or the taxman are going to give us a break. What can you do to help drivers?
3 steps to help yourself. First one is the obvious one: pay less for your petrol or diesel. Now,
is that easy?
Well, it is. There's a website called petrolprices.com. You go on it and it'll tell you the cheapest petrol station in a radius for you. The differential could be up to 5p a litre, so if you spend £50 a week on petrol, that's a saving of 125 quid a year.
Okay.
Simple.
You're like a sort of walking calculator. What else?
Well, step 2 is make your car as efficient as possible. I'll give you an example. Sometimes I see people driving along the road with a roof rack on and nothing on it. Well, that means you are paying to push that roof rack through the air in your fuel bill. Lots of ways that people waste money on efficiency on cars. And step 3, you have to drive more smoothly. Smooth driving means using less fuel. You challenged me, thank you very much, to improve a woman driver in a rural area.
Very brave.
About as difficult as possible. Put my reputation on the line, thank you.
Let's have a look.
Meet Susan Owens, busy mum and motorist. She lives in the rural Kent countryside with daughter Lydia, son Henry, who has learning difficulties, and her disabled father Paul. Work and the kids mean she's always on the move, and as the miles add up, so does her petrol bill.
Oh, it just seems to go up and up. I can remember when everyone was going on strike and boycotting garages because it was 99 pence a litre. And now it's nearly £1.20. Nobody seems to be making any fuss at all. I think pretty well the petrol companies have got us over a barrel.
And it's Susan. Watchdog has challenged me to help. Now, to do that, I want to assess her driving habits for efficiency, and I've invited Tim Shawcross from the Institute of Advanced Motorists to join me.
Well, good fuel-efficient car.
For 5 days, her every journey's been logged. How much she pays for petrol, how many miles per gallon she gets. And it doesn't take long to spot where she's chucking the cash away.
Well, as you can see, there's quite a lot of stuff in the car.
Oh, look at the junk in the trunk. There's some serious weight going on. And of course, the key with that is the car just has to work harder and therefore use more fuel for any journey. And it's worst on stops and starts, isn't it?
Yes.
Right, let's see how she drives.
That does look reasonably quick. That looks a reasonably low gear to me as well. Look at that.
She should be in a higher gear than that.
Absolutely, the engine's turning over fast. It's wasting a lot of fuel.
Oh! Warning! Warning! That is a big way to waste fuel. Air conditioning can add up to 8% to the cost simply by having it sitting on there.
The energy only comes from one place, and that's that precious fuel in the tank.
After 5 days zipping around Kent, Susan has driven the equivalent of a journey from London to Middlesbrough. But what has it cost her?
So let me give you the stats. You drove around 245 miles.
Did I?
Yeah.
Didn't realise.
245 miles in 5 days, and your petrol cost was just over £36. Now, it is around 37 miles a gallon that you do. Perhaps an easier way to think of it is it's just under 15p a mile that it costs you to drive in the current way you drive. Okay.
The aim's to get her to do the same journey, taking the same time, but using less fuel. I fully inflated tyres. If they're not pumped up, it can cause extra drag. We have a major clear out of her boot. If not, the car has to use extra grunt.
Let's take as much as we can and see what we can do.
Switch off the aircon. It isn't even hot. And I've asked Tim to take her out and show her how to drive efficiently and safely.
Change up a gear, yes. The sooner you can get into a higher gear, the more fuel you'll save, because you're turning the engine over more slowly.
And after another 5 days, I'll calculate her driving costs again. So, has it made a difference?
Well, apart from the irritation of 2 men telling her how to drive, it's the big question. Did it make a difference?
Well, yeah, discounting for the fact that petrol prices actually went up between the 2 experiments. We went from 37 miles per gallon to 43 miles per gallon. We dropped from 15p a mile to around 13p a mile. On her £1,980 spend a year, you like the numbers, don't you? On that spend a year, we saved up getting on for £300.
Okay, very pleased with
Well,
yourself.
I'm not pleased with myself. I have to tell you, I was actually quite disappointed. Because of a rural area, because it wasn't a boy racer,
Yeah.
you know, if it had been, it would have been 40% improvement rather than 17%. There are people out there wasting £1,000 a year by the way they drive.
And what's the best thing they can do then?
Well, that's it, you know, that is your money pump. The harder you press it, the more you spend. And the more you press it, the more you spend. The worst thing is traffic lights go from red to green, you go, the next traffic light goes from green to red, you go,
So you want us to stop having fun, don't you?
No, I just want you to drive smoothly. You'll get there in the same time. You will save a serious amount of cash. Please try it and tell Watchdog how much you've saved everyone.
You are a fabulous tightwad. I mean, I'd be so rich if I was married to you. Tell me, what do you drive?
You're going to look quite smug. I drive one of the small smart cars, and I actually cycled here tonight, Annie.
Of course you
did. No
did.
petrol at all.
Well done. And when you go abroad?
I don't drive my car abroad. I'll hire a car there. You can get it, if you use the right comparison site, for about £10 a day. It's cheaper than a taxi return from the airport. I'll shut up now.
Thank you, Martin. Matt.